Happy Devils Thursday. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report. Episode 454. Titled, What's Fitzy's Next Move? I'm your host, Sam Woo, here with Shorts Guy on a special Woo Report. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker. Undisclosed location, beautiful New Jersey. And at the highest point with the nicest view. I don't know what I'm thinking right now because...
I don't know either, Sam.
In the last, 100 hours, things have changed for your New Jersey Devils. But has it? As we approach NHL trade deadline.
Is that a rhetorical question or no?
I don't even know what I'm doing right now. It's a Woo Report. I know a lot of people were not happy that there was no State of the Fan address yesterday. I just want to say that there was a very good reason, but you're gonna wait. You're gonna have to wait till the next State of the Fan address to find out why. But
yes,
Sports Guy knows.
I know, and I will not divulge it unless there's a lucrative enough super chat. Maybe I'll spill the beans.
Yeah. If we can be bought, but we might have to share it.
Oh yeah,
but we can be bought.
It's just a matter of how much. It's got to be pretty lucrative to spill these beans.
Yeah, it's got to be lucrative. It's got to be like a college fund lucrative. Yeah, so we see some people filing in right now. But what's Fitzy's next move? Let's back up. Let's back up to Sunday. Now, I don't know what I would have done, Shorts Guy, had we actually taken that mancation trip and witnessed Jack getting hurt in the end there.
Yeah, I know. You would have been full scale warfare with the Girl Scouts out there because it just would have been a mess. It would have been World War III, Sam Woo versus the Girl Scouts and allies. We would have been lucky to leave Vegas. Yeah, it would have been bad.
It would have been D-Day. It would have been D-Day. But
you could also say V-Day for being in Vegas instead of victory.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But so Jack Hughes is now out for the season. Surgery, shoulder.
Heard this before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's probably, I don't know. I think Quinn, didn't he have issues? I know Luke did, with the shoulder. But regardless, what's done is done. Devils then playing Dallas on Tuesday made a nice effort comeback, tying it up 3-3, just one boneheaded icing. And the game was over, and Devils get nothing. They lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Now you're approaching
4 seconds away from a point. 4 seconds away from a point.
And now you're approaching NHL trade deadline. There's doom and gloom. Frank Saravalli tweeted out that what the Devils are doing. What are they doing? Devils made a trade today. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was in the middle of my workday, but I did notice the Devils did make a trade. It seems like a very interesting trade on paper, and I'm looking for where I am here with my notes. So the Devils traded for Brian Dumoulin from the Anaheim Ducks, a 33-year-old, 6'4", left-handed shot defenseman who is from the U.S., by the way. Sammy's a Mainer. And I saw a lot of negativity towards this.
I don't mind depth.
It's a depth move, and that's what this is. This is not I feel like this is one of those things where everyone is expecting a big splash, and then the announcement is Brian Dumoulin, and you're like, why? But then you think about it. You've got Siegenthaler out for the foreseeable future. Dougie Hamilton is, I believe the prognosis today was week to week. So a little bit more serious than a day-to-day. Brian Dumoulin is brought in for a second and a prospect, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a conditional second. I didn't get a chance to look at the conditions were. However, it's a depth move and nothing more than that. He has, I think, 2 goals and 14 assists for 16 points over the 61 games he's played this year on a pretty terrible bottom-of-the-barrel Anaheim team. I started looking a little bit more at his stats, a little bit more in depth. The team total for Anaheim, as far as plus-minus is concerned, is a -5. They're a -5 as a team. Anaheim's not a very good team, yet the Devils also found a way to lose to the Devils. Or the Devils found a way to lose to Anaheim, if I could talk. It's been a while since I've been on, Sam. I feel it's
really, it's been that long.
I know. So Anaheim is currently 12th in the Western Conference. Overall in the league, Anaheim is sitting in 26th, so they are easily in the bottom half of the league. Anaheim also, looking at their team stats, is a -26 in the goal differential category. So you got minuses all over the place. Dumoulin is one of their, I believe it's 3 defensemen that are actually in the plus category, however. So he seems to be more on the better defensive side of things. Their other 2 defensemen that are better than him in the plus-minus rating are both like 21 and 24. So they weren't going to let those guys go. This guy is a veteran. He's been not only on Anaheim, but also on the Pittsburgh Penguin teams that have done very well in the past. So he's got that experience. He averages about 20 minutes on ice, so he can handle the on-ice time. And with us potentially losing 2 defensemen, we also, what happens when you had to rely on rookie defensemen last year, it was rough. So you're bringing in a defensive depth player today. Granted, is this the big sexy trade people wanted to see? No. Is this going to be that big offensive move and offensive spark that this team is going to need? No. But is this one of those transactions that you may look back on and be like, you know what? That guy made a difference, even though we didn't realize at the time? It's possible.
Yeah, Steve Engels is saying that was a massive overpay. It's not a massive overpay. I think this is just kind of solidifies some of the depth. Once the playoffs start, if the Devils make the playoffs, this is, again, you always want to have the 7th, 8th, 9th guy on your depth chart ready to go. Simon Nemitz and Seamus Casey, let them develop. Let's not rush them. Let's do it properly, folks. Tom Fitzgerald is signaling that it's business as usual. Are we expecting a big splash? Who knows? But he's definitely making the effort right now behind the scenes to get a deal done. Now, whether he does or not, it signals that he's probably confident with the team that he has, that even without Jack Hughes, this team is definitely capable. Because I've seen a lot of the doom and gloom out there, and you know what? The Devils spent to the cap, practically. Yes, these injuries can be devastating, but Timo Meier, Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, Markstrom, Pesce, Dylan, all these guys that have big contracts. Now it's time to earn your pay, because this is the depth that the Devils have.
Yeah, and does Fitzy have to do something tomorrow? I think Fitzy does, because this team has not been the same since that Carolina game away at Carolina. This team was rolling into Christmas, and then they came out of that break and they looked not so good. Even though when you look at it a little bit more, in depth, the record really wasn't that terrible. But since that Phantom Call game, this is not the team that went into Christmas. The team that went into Christmas was so much better. And there's definitely something. There's definitely got to be something up, Sam, that's not working right, or something not going well in that locker room for them to just not have it. They were 4 seconds away from a point on Tuesday. That's when you really got to buckle down and get to that. It sucks losing in the last seconds of the game, but that game aside, that's not the only one. There's definitely been games that the Devils could have and should have won and they didn't. And it's a different team since that Carolina game, and it's just not looked as good. And I don't know why. At times, our scoring is off, just way off. The top six are doing well, Jack is doing well, and the bottom six is flat, or vice versa. They've got to find a way to bring it together. Yeah, you're right. There's right to be doom and gloom sounding, because if this team is slowly kind of inching down, and then you have people like the BJs inching up. This is a put up or shut up time for the guys in this roster.
I'd be really disappointed if the Devils don't make the playoffs. Now,
we all would be.
Well, hold on a sec. I'm still talking.
All right.
But what I mean by the disappointment is not making the playoffs. I was expect better from this veteran team that they have to get them there. I would too. I fully expect, with or without Jack Hughes, this team should make the playoffs. And I'd be really pissed if they played lethargic down the stretch with no punch, no emotion, like it's a throwaway game, exhibition game, with no intensity going into April. What made them successful in November, December, were a variety of factors. Number one, they played with emotion. Remember when they were just sticking up for each other? Anybody that messed with Nico would pay the price, and it would be a team effort to retaliate, right or wrong. They always retaliated. Seems like they've kind of gotten away from that. Now, I know some people say, "Oh, it's smart hockey. You don't want to take a penalty." Sometimes penalties are good.
Sometimes you have to.
Sometimes you have to. So it's part of the game, and sometimes I view it as kind of a down payment to set the record straight out on the ice. Secondly, here, I honestly think, and I hope they don't screw me when I say this, because a lot of people have been talking about my 2025 prediction. Now, if I was Nostradamus or Woosterdamus, is what Scotty say, I couldn't predict that Jack Hughes would get hurt. But then again, I've always called him fragile, which is why I always wanted Logan Cooley to be that depth centerman. But what's done is done. And right now, it's Timo time. Jesper Bratt, Nico, Palat. It's time to earn your pay. Hell, Holla, where the hell have you been?
Yeah.
And that's what's going to have to carry the team. Now, they played a more simple game during that stretch in November, December. They were a very north-south team. They went hard to the net. Stefan Nason was just grinding in front of the net, scoring goals. They got to get back to that. They got to get back to that. Because when Jack Hughes is out there, they play a little different style game. But now Jack is not going to be in the lineup. It's time to grind, guys. It's time to grind. It's time to use your speed. And it's time to grind and play great team defense with the goaltending that you have right now.
Yeah, we have Markstrom back. You got to play good team defense, and you gotta start getting these victories under your belt. Because looking at the standings right now, we're at 63 games played and 72 points. The BJs are at 68 points and 61 games played. The only advantage we have here is that the Rangers, the dreaded Rangers, are at 62 games played and 67 points. So, it's we have to worry about Columbus, and then we would, I don't want to have to worry about anyone under Columbus, but they do need to start playing good team defense to get these victories. We have Markstrom back now. There's no, yes, we're missing Jack. I get that, but we have Markstrom back, so we really have no excuses at this point to not play good team defense and have some good goalie wins for this team.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I like to see Paul Cotter, Curtis Lazar, Nathan Bastian step it up. That bottom six. If you're not going to be scoring, you better be pounding. You better be grinding and start wearing down the opponents. And, again, I think this team is not a one-dimensional team or a top line heavy team. I think overall they're above average, well-rounded team, even without Jack Hughes. They should be. Mm-hmm. And if they give up, see, that's the other thing too. The organization, the Devils organization, after this rebuild, many years of tanking, or no, we didn't tank, we just sucked.
Yeah.
You got to have a winning mentality. You can't just throw in the towel before trade deadline. I'm not saying mortgage the future and be stupid and put all your chips now without Jack Hughes. But what I would expect is the team to improve, and also with some of the names that are out there like Marchand, Rantanen as well. Could Fitzy make a deal? Rumors are that he's, I don't know if he's kicking the tires or whatever, but at least he's in the game. He's in the game to drive the price for another team at the very least. You can't give up. You can't show that in front of your fan base. You can't show that in front of your team. You've got a lot of veterans that came this past offseason, like Pesce, like Dylan, like Markstrom, to what? To win!
Yeah. Win now. We have to win now.
Win, damn it. That's what I say. So what's Fitzy's next move? Now, again, I'm not expecting a blockbuster. I'm not expecting that. It would be nice. But you got to show the fan base something before the deadline is over. That the team is committed to winning, but also you got to be smart about it. Because you don't want to mortgage the future here. Unless you sign Rantanen to a long-term deal and you had to give up a lot. Or Brady Tkachuk, which I don't know. I don't know how he's staying in Ottawa. If I was Brady Tkachuk, I'd be like, screw these guys. Booing the national anthem in his own building. I mean, come on. If I was Brady Tkachuk, I'd be like, I'm out of here, Canada.
I don't know if if Brady Tkachuk could be out of there because of just that, but Brady Tkachuk also has to look if he wants to win, and when is he going to be able to win? If he's going to be able to win, his brother won. His brother has the cup already, and he's going to want to do the same thing. This is one of those things where it would be him deciding whether or not they're going to win. And the Senators are actually in that other. They are in that other playoff spot, if I'm not mistaken, in the wild card. If my phone will work here, they're currently in the wild card spot. So right now, there's no way Ottawa's going to let him go.
Yep.
Unless it's something they just cannot turn down.
Yep.
Because you want to talk about a fan base that'll lose their minds. A fan base like Ottawa's been terrible for years. They get a new owner, and they're right here on the cusp of the playoffs, and they trade their captain. I think that fan base would probably rip that arena down brick by brick. But Fitzy would have to blow the socks off of the Senators in order to get him. So I think that ship is, at least for now, sailed. At least for this trade deadline.
Well, I was just saying, figuratively speaking, when you're talking about a
I
big
know.
move. But you know how the naysayers are like, all they ever talk about is Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, I know. And, looking at Rantanen, he was held out of the lineup tonight. So the chances of him moving are looking more and more possible. He's a UFA next season. I would imagine that I would hope, like, let's say Fitzy were to bring him in, it would be, because he wants to sign long-term here. Or, I mean, it depends on what you're going to give up. If you're going to give something up to get him, it better come with something, a guarantee that he's going to sign here, because you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to, send a lot out for a rental.
At the same time, I think Carolina may, unless somebody's willing to be stupid and overpay, I don't think Carolina really has the leverage here in terms of a trade. Yes, they have a great player, but at the same time, there are no guarantees that this player is going to be a rental. I don't even know if Rantanen knows where he wants to be next year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was shocked, caught off guard by the trade itself. He goes to Carolina. He called up his Finnish buddy, Eric Holla. He's probably like, hey, what's it like in Carolina? I don't know. My wife and I think it sucks. So now he wants out. That's probably his fellow countrymen told him, Eric Holla, hey, it sucks, but New Jersey, come over to the dark side. You never know. You know what happened at the Four Nations? They're probably talking on the bench, hey, how's Jersey? That Carolina, there's a bunch of Jersey rejects that moved down to that area called Raleigh, North Carolina. It's South Jersey. Is Jersey like that? No, the place sucks. Raleigh. That's what my wife says. That's what Eric Hall has said.
And it's just a matter of fitting him after. Well, I forget what the cap's going up, but it's going up pretty good for next season, so the space could be there.
But you still have to pay Luke Hughes.
I know you do.
Entry level.
I know.
I mean, he's the type of player that you just don't mess with. You sign him 8 years.
Yeah.
Sign him 8 years at a good deal.
I'm glad I'm not in Fitzy's spot because these are some big decisions to make. And there's, according to Puckpedia, 18 hours until the deadline. And that's till the deadline. That's not to account for trades that are put in at the deadline and aren't, at least registered at the deadline but not announced.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The LTIRs are going to be freaking. This is Fitzy's time to shine, but he's not that type of GM. Not like in Vegas.
He's not.
And Tampa. What they do with the LTIR.
I know. I mean, the LTIR pool, according to Puckpedia, is just over $13 million. Just over $13 million. So he's got space to play. He's got space to play with there, and it's what's he going to do? Like, what's he willing to give up? That's the big thing. We've got no first round pick this year, and I know you and Vinny were talking about first round picks on Game Day Live the other day. And let's see. Looks like we don't have I guess we have 1 second left. Man, Puckpedia is such a different thing here. I have to take a little bit more look at this, but we've got some picks to trade, but we don't have a first rounder this year to trade. We'd be pulling a Tampa and trading a first rounder for like the next 15 years.
Boy, there's certain players that I just mortgage the future for right now.
Brady Tkachuk.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's more than just Brady Tkachuk. I mean, it's just the nastiness, the snarl that comes in every night. That's what the Devils desperately need. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning of the season, they were doing it, but somehow they stopped.
I know. I don't know how, I don't know why, and I don't know what the shift was, but it's something that's got to happen. It's got to come back to that. It's weird that game in Carolina with that phantom call was like the beginning of the downfall, which is weird.
Yeah, maybe they forgot. I don't know. But hey, Sheldon Keefe has some fire to him. He gets fined $25,000.
Yeah, he does.
Arguing with the ref. I have my
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy theories.
Yes, you do.
Not going to be talking about it today, but I have my conspiracy theories, and I think Wes McCauley should not, along with Justin Kia, should not officiate any Devils games for the rest of the year.
I'd be all for that.
Yeah.
I'd be all for that. I got to come on the Woo Report to Spike the Football about my conspiracy theory, too.
If you want to do it now, Shorts, I got
Nah,
time.
I'll wait.
We've
been on long enough.
You want a victory lap. That's what
I do
say.
want a victory lap. And I want a good, solid, proper victory lap with that.
All right.
I don't want to take away from what we talked about tonight.
All right, we'll have a special edition of the Woo Report, episode 455, Shorts Guy's Conspiracy Theory Victory Lap. What he thought and predicted actually came true. True story. To
a T.
Yeah,
To a T.
Any listeners that were listening a few episodes back about his conspiracy theory, which he told me over the phone during the workday. I remember you telling me about it. Be like,
I called you, I think, right when I got off the phone with them.
Yeah, and you were telling me, you know what? You know what's really strange? And I'm like, what? And you'll find out in episode 455.
Yeah, you will.
What that conversation was like. And I'm like, holy crap. They did that?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. You can't fool us.
Nope.
So, anyway, tomorrow, Devils take on the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets. Connor Hellebuck. I would assume Markstrom. It's a big game because they're an elite team coming out of the Western Conference. Started the season really hot. The Winnipeg Jets. Friday night at the Rock.
Yep.
American Whiskey. Game Day Live. Devils After Dark. It's going to be a fun
Friday
one.
night.
Yeah, and we'll be there at American
Yes, we
Whiskey.
will.
51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center. That's Championship Plaza. We'll be pre-gaming.
Yes, we
talking
will.
some puck, drinking some and Crew Brew. We'll have to make
Drinking
sure
some beers.
We'll have to make sure Alejandra's serving the right beers now that she's back behind the,
She
behind
is
the
back.
bar. Yes, Alejandra is back. Now that we made the big announcement that Alejandra's back at American Whiskey, it's going to be freaking sold out. Everybody's asking about Alejandra. What happened? You know all the rumors we heard about Alejandra? Oh, she's not coming back. She went home. Really?
She came back.
Well, I heard she got fired, which was totally not true. Because I asked Frank, like, you fired Alejandra? That's what they're telling me. He's like, no. She took a vacation. Oh, okay. Is that what it's called? But she's back, Alejandra.
And it's not one of those. It's not one of those Jersey Italian vacations.
Yeah.
It was an actual vacation.
Yeah, it was actually a vacation. I remember texting Alejandra, what happened? Tom says, oh, I heard 100% what happened. Well, that may also be on episode 455 because I don't even know what you're talking about, Tom. What happened? Let's see. Everyone see ticket prices plummeted after Jack news. Hey, you know what? Look.
Hey.
Buy in.
Yeah. I mean, talking about other ticket prices, man, you want to own a PSL at Giant Stadium, now's the time to do it.
Oh, tell me about it. If there's a time to get a PSL, it's now. Although I think that deadline just went, when you can actually transfer it. But, wow.
I mean, I'm looking at tickets for tomorrow right now. I mean, it's still a Friday night game, so tickets are going to be a little bit up there. But it's also, you're seeing a good Winnipeg Jet team come in. And it's going to be fun to see Connor Hellebuck play tomorrow. I mean, Sam, you can sit in glorious Section 208, our old section, for $25 tomorrow. No,
I'm a fancy man right now. I need to be fed.
Yeah.
I need to be fed. We might have to do that, disgusting, according to a couple of disgusting podcasts where you just watch me eat the entire time.
Those are fun. Hey, yeah. You got seats in Section 8 or 170 right now, Sammy.
No, I get my snooty seats for free. Well, we'll be at the game tomorrow night. Glad to be back.
Sammy might actually have a little bit of an adversary there tomorrow at American Whiskey.
Yeah, you keep your junior mints to yourself. Take your badge and put it on. Enough.
Someone's got to earn their I Hate Sam Wu badge.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you should bring a I Hate Sam Wu t-shirt for sale at American Whiskey as well. Max is saying missing out on Nico Sturm for 4th-round pick is absolutely unforgivable. No, Max, we got too many Nicos on this team. Yeah,
jeez.
Yeah, it's not going to work with me. Thin Mints coming your way, buddy. Okay, all right. They're poisonous, I'm telling you.
They are vegan.
Are they really?
Yeah, Steve can eat them. Esteban is able to eat Thin Mints, and he'll eat them by a sleeve. So if you have Thin Mints, Sam, you're actually eating vegan. That's healthy. That means Mrs. Wu can't complain about them.
I don't know how to respond to that.
She can't complain about you eating a box of them, let's say.
Well, I've been trying to eat a little healthier lately.
I know you have. I know.
I've been trying. Doctor says I have a little bit of a weight problem, so all right, I'm trying. Hey, you know what? It's hard being a guy that loves being fat. It's like they tell me to be skinny, but I just like being fat. I can't help myself.
You were one half of the fat line at one point.
Yeah, the one of the T's on the FATT. Let's see. Max says that's probably Fitzy's excuse. That's too many Nicos. I don't know. I just make that stuff up.
I think so too.
Sam, we know boycotts Girl Scout. I'm not a cancel culture guy. I don't boycott anything. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. I would never boycott food. Believe me, I would never.
You never would. I know that.
Yeah, would not. Same eating 8 ounce, 12 ounce. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I'm going to eat something good at American Whiskey. I'm going to have margarita pizza. I don't think I'm going to go for the ribs. That was over the top. Because I forgot, they're like, try the ribs. All right. It was like the full rack. I was like, I could barely eat even half of it. So, but.
What do you say, Sam? Time to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm going to have probably the fish tacos at American Whiskey.
There you go.
Maybe I should go to McDonald's and get the fish, filet of fish.
The filet of fish?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's not bad.
You know what happens last? Maybe you have to resurrect the Mets playoff diet.
What, the filet of fish meal, large, with a Coke. With a Coke. I gave up soda with a Coke and 6-piece chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce. That was the winning ticket. I'm telling you.
It was.
Yeah. You were a witness to it.
I was.
Yes. Yep. This is terrible. By the way, I got to tell you, I know they sponsor the Devils, Wawa, but Wawa sucks.
It was a fight words, man.
I freaking hate Wawa. I got made fun of today at work. It's like, oh, we're having Wawa. You should like Wawa. They sponsor the Devils. I hate Wawa.
I vehemently disagree with you. Vehemently disagree.
I can't stand Wawa. It's sub-quality food. I'm a big Quick Check fan. Quick Check and Sheets.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Sheets.
I love Sheets. Especially the midnight runs. Sheets.
Nope. Wawa.
Survey says, who are we getting besides Dumoulin? I don't know, Rantanen? I don't know.
And we'll find out in a couple hours. 18 hours to the deadline. Hey, maybe we'll have breaking news tomorrow that we're going to have to go live at American Whiskey a little early. An extended game day live.
Or during our lunchtime. You never know. You should bring your beer.
You never know. I've had it in my bag every day this week, Sam.
Wow. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, live from American Whiskey.
Yep.
So till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go Devils.